So what we understood yesterday, what I understood yesterday was it was found out by IBM people. The software was developed by IBM people. Yeah, in between 1970s and 80s.
Yeah, it is IBM people, but they separately come back and they started.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are three generations: R1, R2, R3.
Yeah.
In which
So let's go to the screen. Okay, I'll show you the screen, the PPT presentation. Okay. So what exactly the dates and everything we can see here.
Okay.
The years and all. Okay. So let's see here. Here 1972 to start with the R1 real-time one-tier architecture. So as I explained yesterday, the presentation layer and application layer and database layer all together it is in the single system. Then in the 1979 it is started with the R2. So they just divided the database separately and application and presentation layer into one system. Okay. That was a mainframe. Okay, I think if you remember that mainframe is one of the software. Okay, so that I think it is leading some years. Okay, then after that 1992. Okay, R3 real-time three-tier architecture. Okay, so we can. There is a two cases here. One case is the on-premises. Okay, and one is the cloud. Okay, generally on-premises and cloud will be there. Cloud server and on-premises server. What is the difference between the on-premises server and the cloud server? On-premises server is nothing but like a client spending some amount and he bought the system, server and everything, and they're maintaining in their premises. Okay, the server itself it is there in their premises.
In the office.
Okay. So the client have their own server. Okay. And but coming to the cloud server, what will happen? Cloud it will be like some third party vendor they are maintaining the server. Okay, so they might be have their own warehouse. Maybe third party have their own warehouse. They are maintaining the servers. Okay, different client servers they are maintaining. So why they are sometimes why they are going with the cloud? Because to maintain these servers and all too expensive. Okay, so we need to be maintaining the some temperature which is like 4 degrees temperature. Okay, and some servers if it is heated or it may be down, it is very difficult. Sometimes what will be happen due to performance or something like it is suddenly it will be down or power issues or something like. So we continuously need to be maintain power and some temperature. So and every time we need to be back up to the data. So this is a little bit expensive, right? Some people what they will do, they are going with the on-premises. If they can willing to maintain that the server, okay, they can go with the on-premises. Okay, so that was a cloud and on-premises. Okay, depends that is the difference. Okay, servers and all. Okay, now that ERP and my SAP HANA, there is some dramatic changes happened in the between to R3 to HANA. What will happen? Some new features added, like web link. So instead of I'm just opening to the SAP login pad every time if I'm going to the login pad. Instead of that, I can go with directly web portal.
Okay.
How we are logging to the Amazon Prime, how we are logging to the Amazon, or some if you going to the Outlook, how you are logging that. Yeah. The same way, SAP login, SAP system also we can log in the web portal. Okay. You can operate from the web portal. So that was a little bit changes. Okay, and some service-oriented architectures like connectivity between the other systems like okay, we have some other third-party systems, right? Warehouse, third-party warehouse. Okay, that means might be in my client they can use material management and business the basic process and all SAP, but finance related they are using third-party system, some other Oracle system or something. So it is not only it is not necessary completely they have to be used the SAP system. They can use the, depends on their requirement, they can go with the different systems. Okay, so if I'm using the Oracle system, I can use the Oracle system for the only finance related transactions. And if other than that finance transactions, if I just want to go with middle management and production planning and sales and distribution, okay, all these things I can do with the SAP system. So it is not necessary all the activities should be happen in the SAP. It depends on the client requirement. They can go with the third party systems also. Okay. So that is what that is what the interfaces we can say like interfaces. Interfaces is nothing but like it is connecting from the SAP to non-SAP systems or SAP to SAP systems. Okay. Okay. So what case it is SAP to SAP system? Maybe vendor also using the SAP system, and my company also using the vendor SAP system. Okay, the communication instead of we are sending mails to the vendor, ordering into the manually the PDF. Instead of that, I can directly connect from the SAP system, and I can send the information to the vendor SAP system through interfaces. Okay. You got it, right? So how you are using in the PO, like Ariba PO it is there. Let's assume that Ariba PO is there. Ariba is a different portal, right? So they are creating from the SAP system to Ariba portal, right? So because before that we don't have some options like image visibility. Image visibility is very difficult in the SAP system before that. Okay, why? Because some people's like customers, they are very interesting to see the logo or product of the material while before buying to the product, right? So if suppose you are going to Amazon, so if I see the product, okay, I am very impressed on the product, then only I can buy. Right. So those some of the things which is not happening earlier in the SAP system, those cases what will be happen, the SAP system, they're connecting to the hybrids are some third party systems. Okay, there are so many other systems are there, so that system they're connecting because they want to see the visibility of the product image and all. Okay, so that we call as interfaces. Okay. What do you mean by interfaces? Interfaces is nothing but like SAP to SAP connection, SAP to non-SAP connections. That we call as interfaces. Okay. That the functionality we are using interfaces. Okay. So there is a different ways of the interfaces again. Okay. That later we'll discuss about that. Okay. And coming to the 2011 HANA, that was a big one changes in the SAP. HANA is a like has yesterday discussed with you. HANA is a internal in-memory database. Okay. So here what will be happen? It will be work as a OLAP like analytical processing and transaction processing OLTP. So what is the difference between these two? Okay. HANA itself it will be taking care about the transactions related, all the processing and reporting related. So as we discussed yesterday, some of the graphical and barcode related reporting, if you want to go, they're going especially to the BW, business warehouse module, right? So that is that they are using for the reporting purpose, BI reporting, that we business intelligence reporting. Like if we want to see that graphical way, so my client is very interesting to see the graphic. Instead of reading all the results, they want to be seeing the graphics, like every year how much it is increased, where it is a curve it is down, and where it is curve it is up. Okay, so all these things they will be looking to based on the graphics reporting level. Okay, so earlier they are using BW. Okay, now after SAP Fury apps, which is designed, we can some of the basic reporting related we can see in the SAP HANA itself, S4 HANA itself. Okay.
So BW is included in Fury app. That's what you said yesterday, right?
Yeah, BW it is included in Fury app, but that is also it is limited, not high level.
No,
the basic level. Okay, because if you go to deep deep analysis and deep designing curve or something like barcode. Some of the functionality which is there in the Fury. Suppose pie diagram is there. Pie diagrams and barcode diagrams. Some of the is there inbuilt in the Fury apps, but not all. Okay. So if I want to see the inventory analysis, I can see. But if you want to do some customized related and again some high level, that again you need to go with the BW on a HANA. Okay. That is a separate module. Okay. So the basic analysis we can see. Okay. Suppose I have the stock. Suppose let's say I have the stock. I have stock like valuable stock is there. I have and quality stock it is there. Block stock it is there. Return stock it is there. That basic information we can see in the barcode, the analysis level. Okay. But in the finance level, if you suppose let's say finance level, deepest margin like profit, how much we got, how much we spent, and then inside that what are the expenses we spend on this product. Deepest way if you want to go, that again customization that will be go with the BW. Okay? So BW on HANA. Okay, some of the inbuilt it is there. That's for Fury. Okay, and moreover it is a user friendly Fury, right? So because it is like we have the tiles, what we said yesterday, it's just like it's like a boxes. Simple like we can say like simple small boxes are there. You just click on the button box, it is there, then it will be open that application. Okay, instead of I'm typing that the transaction code and clicking on that, it is very difficult, right? Every time. So instead of that, I can easily search in the way of the tiles. So there is a tiles are there. Okay. So so that is the history of that. The HANA, it is started 2011. That is the only database. HANA database is different. HANA is different. S4 HANA is different. Okay, clear about it. HANA is different. S4 HANA is different. HANA is a database. Okay, HANA is the inbuilt memory database. Okay, okay, which they are. It's particularly responsible by the base system. Okay, base system is they are handling the all these type of the databases, servers related, systems related. Okay, and if you want to be create new servers, okay, and if you want to be create a new clients, okay, if you want to be move the changes from one server to another server, that is the activity of the base system. Yesterday we discussed, right? We have SAP ABAP, we have right BW HANA, like we have SAP basis also. It's a one of the area basis consultant. Okay, so basis consultant roles is nothing but like a they are completely on the system related architecture. It is they related. Okay, if they want to be designed a system, how they want to be designed, and how if the interfaces are there, how the integrity from a non-SAP to SAP system, how we can connect that. That everything will be looking by basis team. Okay, the high level. Okay, now 2011 after 2011. Okay, 2015. Okay, S4 HANA it is introduced. Before that, it is also there is one more. It is the simplified finance. Okay, 2012 around it is the simplified finance. It is there. Okay, from finance point of view, the first they changed to finance application. Okay, after HANA database, it is introduced. 2012, 2013, their surroundings, what they changed, they introduced the simplified finance. Okay, that means the first application is finance. It is not MM or it's not WMI, it's not a SDR not. It's like a finance, simplified finance. Okay, they started changing in the finance applications. Okay, then later 2015, it is S4 HANA completely, which all the functionalities like MMSD, the basic all it is related, it is functionality, it is re-updated. Okay. Any questions here?
S4 HANA, can you give a bit more detail?
Yeah,
like,
S4 HANA is yeah. Now you understand, right? HANA database is separate, right? HANA database is a database. It's not a software. It is a HANA is a database. Okay. Now simplified finance is the finance related transaction. They modified and they introduced that. Okay, that means whatever the new application they introduced, they first experimented on the finance level because finance is a high level, right? So they updated first finance. It's upgraded. Okay, first finance. Then later they upgraded to all the areas, which is like material management, SD sales and distribution, production planning, all these things they upgraded. At 2015, we got the fully S4 HANA. Okay, which we can be covering on the business process.
All the modules were upgraded in S4.
Yeah, correct, exactly. Okay, it's like all the areas which is covered in the S4 HANA in 2015. Okay, that means the business they can run in the S4 HANA by using this S4 HANA application, they can run the business. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you mean by S4 HANA? It is the fourth generation. We can say simply the fourth generation simplified HANA server. Okay. So what is the HANA? HANA is the high performance analytical appliances. Okay, that means okay within this HANA itself we can have the all the functionalities like we can user friendly screens like by using Fury. Okay, and it is a in memory built HANA database because S4 from S4 HANA onwards it is inbuilt of the memory inbuilt HANA database. Okay, we don't want to use the any third party database. Okay, so it will not accept to third party HANA database. So sorry, third party database. We should use the HANA database, right? For the S4 HANA. But earlier, if you see that in the ERP level and okay, before that the generation. Okay, I can use the application server and the presentation server for the SAP, and the database will be I can use the third party or I can use the SAP server. Even HANA database it is there also. Okay, I can use the HANA database or I can use the third party database. Like I said that Microsoft Oracle database like. Okay, but now whatever it is there as for HANA, it is an inbuilt database. Okay, and there are so many functionalities they added in the S4 HANA. Okay, they have added some pre-defined Ariba connections. Okay, it is very easy to now to integrate with the other system. Okay. Okay, so now if you see that integration 40 plus years of innovation across the industry, that means what will be happen? SAP, it's they understood all the process, all the industries like we have the gas industry there, manufacturing, pharma, and okay, oil industries and apparel and footwear industry, retail industry, like different businesses are there. Okay, so all these ways the system they understand that all their concerns and they're given that some feasibility applications to the client. That is a S4 HANA system. Okay.
So we can call S4 HANA as cloud server.
Cloud is different, right? It might be cloud, it may be on premises. Okay. Okay. Right. It is common on premise on cloud. It is different. That is for the maintaining the server. If your client willing to maintain that they have the capability to maintain that server, they can maintain as on premises because they can do the customization. How they want to the way of the suppose in my client users. Let's say assume that I'm using on premises server. Okay, so when I have the on premises server, I can build my own client numbers, customized one. Like okay, so I can do the pre-production, production, quality, again in the quality system, again other system and development system, technical system and sandbox systems. Like I can divide different systems. I can do my own customization, right? On premises because it's my own server. I bought this one, I can do whatever I want, right? But when I'm just going with that cloud system, okay, it will be too expensive when you are asking new things. Right. So the simple like development system, quality system, production system, that is enough. But if you want to go with the pre-production, pre-quality, and if you want to go with the sandbox, all these things when you want to go here, okay, obviously it will be more expensive. Right. Because every time you need to spend on the some amount to the third party. And every year you need to maintain some cost because it's a rental, right? Right. Yes. So obviously it will be cost. So sometimes what will happen, they can go off of the on cloud and off of the on premises. Okay. So that also possibility is there in the S/4HANA. Okay. So that is what. Okay. So on premises, on cloud is completely different. It's not whether I should go with on premises or I should go with on cloud. I can go
It's
anything.
requirement whatever we have based upon that.
We can go ahead. Okay. Okay. Now I have said that ERP is the enterprise resource planning. That was earlier done. Now if it is a HANA, it is like a high performance analytic appliances. Okay. It's like multi-model database. Okay. And SAP stands for systems, applications, and products in the database. Okay. This is the terminology. Okay. And ECC is the enterprise or central component. Okay. Why we call this central component? Did you get any idea what is the why we calling central component?
Because it has all the modules in it.
Yeah, correct, exactly. So the central component, I can see wherever I'm there. Okay, I'm in the purchasing department. I can see some other data as well. If I have the authorization, I can see sales data also. I can see finance data also. If you are there in the finance department, if you want to see the purchasing information, you can see. So centrally is nothing but like it is like I can see all the data in the single system. Okay, centrally. So here I need to explain the one point. There is a two types of the systems. One is centralized system, one is decentralized system. Okay. So centralized system is nothing but like all the areas I want to be used in the single system. Okay. Decentralized system is nothing but like if I want particular one area into separate system. Okay. Okay. That means if suppose I have the warehouse management. Okay. I just want to do all the activities, whatever we are performing in the warehouse, that in the different system. But other than that, PP, QM, ST, all I need to do in the separate system. But warehouse management only, I just want to use it in the separate system. Okay. There is a connectivity between the one system to another system. Okay. So even if it is a decentralized also, it is connected. It is connected with the main system. Okay. But why we want to decentralize system? Okay, it depends on the client requirement. Okay, it is not necessary they have to go with the decentralized. Okay, depends on the client what requirement they can go with the decentralized, and they can maintain separate system. Why we need to go with the decentralized? Okay, I will tell you one example. If suppose warehouse management. Okay, warehouse management is the one is an important area where they can issuing the stock to the customers and receiving the stock from the vendors. Okay, that means all stock inventory related activities are will be performed in the warehouse. If you have the one store, one warehouse, what you will do? You are receiving the stock from the vendors. You are packing that and repacking that, and you are gifting that. Okay, all the activities will be performed in the warehouse only, right? Okay. So if you want to be attached the logo, if you want to be attached the print, okay, if you want to be attached the barcodes, all these things will be happen in the warehouse, right? So what will be happen? The client they're looking into that. I don't want to be disturb the warehouse related activities in case in my system, my main system, if it is down. That means I said right. If there is any performance or if it is any load, high load, it is there. Okay, what will be happen? Sometimes it will be the performance will be down. The system performance will be down. Then what will be happen? Sometimes I cannot run the transaction. Okay, so that should not be impact on my customer deliveries. Okay, that should not be impact on my receipt from the vendors. Okay, so what they will do in the warehouse management, when they are maintaining separate system, okay, because we are doing only warehouse activities, right? So it won't be impact on any performance, right? Because we are doing only single area. It is only warehouse in the separate system, right? So in that case, what will be happen? There is no impact on that system. So the person, the warehouse monitor people or warehouse people, they can still run the transactions in the that decentralized system. If the main system is impacted on the, even the main system is impacted on the performance, okay, still I can run in the decentralized for warehouse related activities. Okay, so that means my business will not stop because my customer deliveries will not stop. It won't be delayed, right? Correct or wrong?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that depends on the again client. If they want to be put more expensive, they want to go with it, because if they want to be maintained again separate system, that will be too much expensive, right? So depends on their urgency, depends on their requirement, depends on their business. Okay, they don't want to lose the customer orders, customer deliveries, and don't want to be impacting and delay. Okay, so those cases, what they can go with the decentralized also. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, depends on the high level performance. If they have the more performance on more activities on the warehouse, okay, because some people what will happen, they will do the pack inbound delivery. That means they will receive the goods, okay, unloading, loading, okay, packing, repacking, unpacking, gifting, okay, and scrapping. So there are so many activities, again customer deliveries, all these things they will do, right? So these are more activities they are performing in their warehouse, then they can go with the decentralized. Okay? But depends whether they can spend that much amount, or they want to be go with the really it's needed or not. That depends on that. Okay, but the data will be flows from the main system to where decentralized system to centralized system always. Okay, the data will be always flows. So why data needs to be flow?
To have a connection and update according to this warehouse
Yeah.
transaction.
So because
Or,
warehouse people, they are doing only receiving the goods and issuing the goods and the activities, warehouse activities, but they don't know what orders they received, what orders we are getting the stock. They don't know, right? That everything it is coming from the central component, right? That is from the material management and sales and distribution, right? So that again it is main system, right? So once main system is updated, then only the data will be flowed to the decentralized system.
Yes.
Then only they will be prepared a list, correct?
Yes.
So that's what, if you see that sometimes what will be happen, okay, there is some cases my system is server down, so it will be delay the deliveries. Sometimes we'll get right message earlier. If you see that if I order something product, it is actually should be reached today, but some technical problem it is reaching tomorrow because there may be server downs. Okay, if you go to post office, they say that no, it is server down. I cannot able to open the application. So it depends. Why? Because if you go to government, public sectors, what will be happened? It will be like old versions, because they don't have rights to be upgraded, because that should be come from the high level, right? Government from the public sector, so it should be come from the high level. They need to be approved to upgrade. So what will be happen if they're not upgrading every time? What will be happen? The whole systems only they are running. So that's why if you go to post office or some SBI banks, what will be happen? The application is running too slow, and it is like older versions. Okay?
Yes.
Again, if it is updating, maybe after 10 years, 15 years, the government they are approved that, then only they will be upgraded to the new system. That's why post office, and even if you see that post office, they are using SAP systems.
Okay.
Okay, but it is a older. Okay, like older 4.7 versions. Okay, so I just want to say that there is a patches will be there. Okay, version it will be there. If you see that 5.0, 4.7, 6.0. Okay, these are the version changes. Okay, that means what will be happen every time SAP they coming with the latest upgrades based on the innovation changes and technology, and they're upgrading to new business process. Okay, they're coming every time with the latest changes. Okay, how which if suppose mobile it is there, okay, iOS it is there, or it is Android it is there. Now they're coming from the 4G network to 5G network. Okay, so how they can upgrade into the system your in mobile? They are releasing the new version. Okay, iOS for 14.5.1, something like they are upgrading.
Mm.
When you are upgrading that, then the new network will be connected 4G to 5G network, because they, for that might be they need to be change the code, because they're restricted till 4G, then now they're moving to 5G, right? So that technology, when it is changed and the new upgrading changes happen, okay, obviously SAP will be giving the some of the version changes, okay, that changes will be updated in the system automatically when they updated, okay. So that's like we just called as a ECC 4.7, okay, 5.0, okay, 6.0. These are the component level. It is a big changes. Okay, 4.7 is a older version. Or later 5.0 is a later version. Then 6.0. Again, here what will be happen? There will be a enhancement packages are there. Each ECC version have the enhancement packages are there. Okay, what will be happen in enhancement packages? If there is any problem, suppose there is a latest version which is 6.0. Let's just assume that, okay, it is updated. Now, when they are running that, they got some problem. So few of the customers, they say that this is it's not enabled that. So there is some problem which we are facing while running the application. Then what will be happen? They will be releasing that version 1. EHP1 package they will release. So in this, when you updating this EHP1, so there might be that new functionality will be added, and any corrections are there, that will be corrected. Okay.
Yes.
Then later every time EHP2, EHP3, okay, then EHP4, like every okay, they will be releasing the version, and as of now, it is EHP8. Okay, so I'm talking about a ECC, ERP related, older version, not S4HANA. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes.
I'm talking about older version. So it is stopped at EHP8. Okay.
Okay.
Now coming to S4HANA. Just a moment. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so like DP, you are there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so like what will be happen every version, okay, every version change, there will be like, so this is the older version 4.7. Still someone, still most of the people they are using, maybe 20%, 30% people still they are using. Okay, rarely we can see this one, because they are, if you see that 4.7 to 6.0, there are so much screen visibility and functionalities. There are so much it is changed. Okay, some of the new functionalities which he added, all this altogether it is in the 6.0. Okay, so 5.0 is a little bit failure version. Okay, then immediately they release the 6.0. Okay, now this is the enhancement packages. EH is nothing but like enhancement packages. Okay, so every time they will release 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like now it is running 8 period. Okay, and after coming to S4 HANA, they are concentrating on the S4 HANA. Okay, so as I said that in ECC level, we say that enhancement packages, right? But in the S4 HANA level, what it is, every year they are releasing two different versions. Okay, one is on cloud related. Okay, on cloud related version, which is like packages. Okay, on cloud related, and one is the on premises. So that means when they are releasing any new packages, like how we say that enhancement packages, any upgrades if they are doing, okay, they were sending one is for the on cloud and one is for the on premises. Okay, so these numbers how it will be like, okay, which is like 1509, okay, 1510, okay, 1609. Okay, 1610 and 1611. So like it will be like every year. Okay. So how it will be like 2015. 1509 is nothing but like a 2015. Okay. 9th month.
Okay.
Okay. So like, okay. Now that's why the earlier how there. So every year there will be on November or maybe October, November, December. This period they are releasing the one version. Okay, what are the latest upgrades or something like latest changes? Any that means before releasing that, what they will do, they will be collecting the all the feedback from the customer if they are getting any problems or anything which is impacting or old functionality which is not working, that will be changed in the new latest version, that is 1509, 1510, like they will be upgrading with them. Okay. Okay. So it is like this is the series. Okay, now it will be like 1909, 1911. Okay, so now if you go to 1909, like it will be going that. Okay, the way. So that's what if you see that in they will ask if you're working on S4 HANA, okay, on which version you are working on that. So might be you can say which version you are working, 1909, 1910 or something which you like. You can say that. Okay. You see that here. If you see that this is the ECC. Okay. This is the ECC. Okay. The screen everything it will be same. If you see that ECC 6.0 including ESPI. Okay. Okay. And if it is this one is the S4 HANA. These are demo servers. These are okay. So okay. So this is S4 HANA 1809.
Azure.
Okay. So like if it is 1809, whatever the latest version 1909. Okay. You know you'll get 20 also 2020. So like latest versions will be updated. Okay. Depends on that.
So S4 HANA 1809 on Azure means
1809.
on
No,
Azure.
here is the database related. It's not our related. On Azure is nothing but like maybe it is connected with some other system also, inbuilt systems. Okay, it's not ours. It is like some cloud related.
Okay.
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 And you can see here the client names. Okay. The client names. This is the client name. Okay. So in the same system, I can use the different clients. One is for the enhancement related. One is for the sandbox. One is for the technical related. One is for the configuration related. Or like we can build multiple clients in the same system. Okay. Okay. Azure is I think this is the it's like we can say web related Azure. Okay, there was some reporting related. Okay, new advanced technology. Okay. That means I said right, interfaces and integrations are there, right? That is one of that Azure. Okay. Maybe it is like we can say integration also. We can say interface also. Okay. Some related. It is again this the team is different. Azure team is different again. This is a completely separate. Okay. Okay. So that is what. Okay. Earlier we just called as enhancement packages. Now we are calling as a versions which is like 1509, 1510. Okay. On premises and on cloud that will be again separate. Okay. Okay. So when they are releasing this one, okay, they will announce to the team, they will announce to the clients, okay, this is what we released. Okay, if anyone interested, they can upgrade. Okay, the pages will be. So it might be, it is a basis activity. Okay, this is basis activity. They will be upgrading that. Okay, the patches they will be upgrading that. But before that, before you're deciding to go that, you should know about that what changes will be happen in the new when you're updating new patches, what changes it will happen. That also you need to be understand. Because if I just say example, iOS if it is there 16.4 5.1 something new version which is released. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just go and blindly if I just click on that. Okay, what will be happen? That new functionalities which is activated. So what will be happen? Sometimes they might be restricted the old usage, something like old transactions might be that is not required. We are giving the new functionality. If you don't know that functionality, how it is, what they change, okay, again that is replicated under your business, because your business users trying with the old transaction that is not working, then again problem. So like how I can say, if I'm using a mobile, okay, so I have the network like 3G, 2G, 4G. Now if it is coming with a 5G, if I just see that the options like it is only we have 4G and 5G, okay, and I don't want to see, I cannot see the 3G in my mobile. Okay, if there is a visibility not there, in the network visibility is not there 4G and 5G in the particular area, then it is very difficult, right? To get the signals, right? Maybe that area only they have 2G and 3G. They don't have 4G and 5G that area. Okay. If you go to hills and all, only it will be work only 2G or 3G it will be work. It won't be work as a 4G or 5G, right? So there might be somewhat it will be connected. That means somewhat it will be supported, but not much, right? Because those are the older versions. So like we also need to be understand what it will be changed, what it is changed, what functionality it is added. Okay. Based on that, you need to be give the guidance to the users. Okay, boss, this is the changes happen. You can, instead of you are using this one, you can use this functionality so that you can see that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that is what it is like. The difference here. Okay. So this is a ECC and this is the S4HANA. Okay. Now landscape. Any questions? If you have any questions, let me.
No, that's good.
No, right? Okay. So now let's go to the landscape. Okay. So these are whatever we discussed yesterday and today. These are all basic introduction part only. It is not necessary to understand, but it is also required to understand, because okay, in interview point of view, or if you go to real time, okay, you must be understand these points. So because they're definitely, if you're not aware about these points, they definitely say that okay, you are not working earlier. Okay, so you must be aware about these points. Okay. Okay, coming to the landscape. Okay, landscape. If you coming to landscape, what do you mean by landscape? It is like every client have their own landscape, as we discussed about that. Okay, there will be a development system. Okay, and there will be a quality system. Okay, and there will be a production system. Okay, generally we can just call it a tree landscape. Okay, tree landscape, which we can just call it tree-way landscape. Okay, so what it is actually, it might be different also. Okay, it's not we can say simply they have only development system, quality system, production system. If they have their own interest, they can go with the other systems also. They want to go with the sandbox separately system, they can go ahead. Okay, they want to go with development in their development again inbuilt, they want to be different systems, they can go ahead. Okay, depends on that. But generally, most of the clients, okay, they are using this way. Okay, development system and production system, quality system and production system. Okay. What is the development system? What is the production system? And what is the quality system? Okay, development system is the okay consultant can perform changes in development system.
Okay.
Okay, that means okay. So consultant, who is the consultant?
As
yeah, has okay. Whoever they are performing, whoever they are implementing the process, whoever they supporting to them, okay, that who are the consultant. So here development system, what will be happen? The consultant will design uh, the requirements. So if a customer is asking that this is my requirement, then based on that, I can go with the changes in the development system. Okay. So here again, there will be a different clients. Okay, as we say that the clients also we can define. Okay, so if you say here, there is a clients also it is there. Okay, one is okay golden client. Golden client we can say, or we can say configuration client. Okay. So what will be happen configuration client? Here they will be performed only configuration. I will tell you what is the configuration. Okay. Then there will be a technical client. Okay. So technical client here will be doing only development. Okay. Then there will be a unit testing. Unit testing client. Okay. Here only there will be the testing. Okay. Instead of testing. Okay. Sometimes it depends on the client. They might be have the sandbox also. Okay, this is for the trial version. Trial, you can say trial. Okay, trial system, you can say. Okay, so what is the difference between these four clients?
So golden client is defining the configuration that is done by the consultant. Technical client is the development.
Which consultant? Which consultant?
SAP consultant. Any according to the module.
I don't know. Functional consultant.
Functional. Okay, functional consultant.
Okay, functional consultant will be different. And one more thing, we should not call SAP. Okay.
Okay.
We should call it as SAP. Okay. Why? Because I'll tell you. In the German word, because this is the introduction in the German, right? SAP. Okay. So SAP, which is a meaning is in the Germany, like it's a pig or something, donkey or pig, something which is. Okay. So they will not be called this SAP. Okay. They will be called as SAP. Okay. So this is the golden client will do by configuration, only performing the configuration that will be done by functional consultant.
Functional consultant.
So who will be the functional consultant? Yesterday we had a discussion. Who is the functional consultant? Who is the technical consultant?
ABAPer
is
the technical consultant. MMSD, EPQM.
All for FI, all these are functional consultants. That means whoever they supporting the business. That means directly they are interacting with the business users. Those are the functional consultants. Okay. So here what will happen? There is a predefined configurations are there. Okay. We can use the configuration parts, and the functional consultant can design the what requirements from the users. Okay. That means standard functionalities. Whatever the standard functionalities and the standard configuration it is there, we can use and we can do the setting in based on the client requirement, the configuration. Okay. Coming to the technical client, it is only for the ABAP. Yeah. Okay. It is a code changes related. Code changes and screen design. Okay. Okay, enhancements. BW also has code changes. That was also technical. BW was also, you said it is technical. BW is a separate system, right? I said it's separate system, right? It's not in the ECC system. Okay. BW system is separate system, right? Okay. Yesterday we had a discussion, right? BW system is a separate, they have their own system. They can perform all the coding and everything in their separate system. It is not in our central component. Okay, it is in the separate system. Okay. And enhancements and the screen and smart forms designing. Okay, so we simply say that rise up. Okay, so rise up is nothing but like a reports they can design. Okay, interfaces they can design. Okay, and forms enhancements. Okay, and they can do the code changes, everything they can do by using the rise up. Okay. Okay. So so developers, ABAPers, whoever the ABAPers are there, they are performing the code changes in the technical. So we don't have any authorization to the development system. Okay, that is only they have the client system. So the only technical team have the again developers don't have the technical team. They don't have access to the golden client because configuration performed by functional consultant. Okay. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, so if I got the requirement based on the standard configuration, then the functional consultant will do the changes and will move the changes. And if it is related to development, code changes, or it is some screen designing, smart forms, printouts, outputs, something like, then it will be like a technical consultant. Okay. Then unit testing. What will be happen once it is the changes is happened, we'll move to the unit testing box and we'll perform the basic level testing. Why? Because we don't have the real time data, right? It is like a long, maybe something like it is old data. Okay, might be I can create my own data and I can test it. Okay, unit testing. So in the unit testing, the functional consultant will check that the functionality of the whatever we did in the above, either in the development or in the configuration. Okay. So the testing will be performed by functional consultant, not technical consultant. Technical consultant, their own job is only do the code changes as per the requirement. But functional consultant, they have to be validate the whatever the changes which is done, whether it is working as per the client requirement. That's why yesterday I said, right? So the technical team will be performing the code changes, but you need to be guide that, okay, what tables, how, what is the requirement, everything you need to be explained to the technical team.
Yes, depending on the article or anything.
Yeah, correct. So whatever it might be happen in the system, that you are responsible in your area. Okay? Because if you are giving that requirement to the developers, if you did any configuration changes, wherever it is impacting, that you need to be take the responsibility. Okay, that's why there is more demand on a functional consultant rather than the above consultant. Okay. Because functional consultant will be dealing with directly with the user, the client. Okay, ABAPers will not contact to any user, will not contact to any client. Okay, they have only do the code changes and give it to the functional team. Okay. So the unit testing, what will be happen? They will be performing the whatever the changes above which they provided. They will be running in the unit testing, okay, system. And if it is working correctly, then they will be releasing to next level, the quality system. Okay. And the sandbox, coming to sandbox. Okay. Sandbox is a trial system. Okay. It might be how the most of the clients, they are not using the sandbox. Might be some clients, they are using the sandbox. Why they are using the sandbox? Okay. If any new requirement which is getting, okay, if you have the not maybe you are not aware about that requirement, or maybe you are not sure about that configuration, what we need to do. If you want to do some trial and checking, that you can do as in the sandbox. It is just like a trial version. You can do whatever you want in the sandbox. Okay. But it won't be impacting to the any of the systems. The sandbox is a usual. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any question? No. Okay. Sandbox is an individual client, so that will not be impacting to the any of the system, and you cannot after did changes in the sandbox, that will not move to any other system, because it is just like an individual client only for the trial version. Okay. If you did all, if you perfect on that sandbox, okay, it is working as I expected. The same you can do in the golden client, and you can create the transport, but you cannot move from the sandbox to golden client. Okay, because sandbox is just trial version. You cannot move the changes to other systems.
Okay? So usually unit testing is enough based on the requirement. Sometimes you might have to use sandbox also.
No, sandbox unit testing in the, if you want to say, this one is in the top. Okay, I'll say.
So you said sandbox not everywhere is used, right?
Not used. It's random. It is depends on the client. If they want to go with the client sandbox, I can say it is there in the top sandbox. Okay, that means after getting the requirement, okay, if you're not sure what configuration you want to do, or if you're not sure whether it will be work or not, the requirement, okay, might be you can try in the sandbox, and if it is working, then you can do in the golden client. Okay, sandbox also kind of the open client. Open client is nothing but like a whatever I want, I can do it in the sandbox. Okay, but these changes will not move to golden client. These changes will be there in the only sandbox. Okay, if you want to be perform the same changes, you need to be perform in the golden client, but you cannot copy in the sandbox to golden client. Okay, this is separate and this is separate.
Okay.
Okay, so I can say it is like a learning. You can say learning box. It is like, okay, how we are doing now testing, right? Maybe idea servers we are using, right? So this idea server is the education purpose, learning purpose, right? So like this is also one kind of trial version. Okay, if you want to do some trial version, you can do it, but that is not actual. Okay. And sandbox, most of the clients they will not use, because they are recruiting the professional consultants, and they're taking support from the high level functional consultant, right? So they're expecting that, okay, why we need to use a sandbox, because they are already aware about all the process. They can do directly in the golden client. That is what. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So, any doubts this one?
No, it's good.
So these will be all in the development system. So how we can differentiate in the single development system? What is the sandbox? What is the golden client? What is the technical client? What is the unibox? So they will give the client number. Suppose let's say it is a 100, and this is the, like, suppose it is 200, and this is the 300. This is 400. Okay, so they will be creating a client number. Okay, that what if you see that here, if I just go here, I just say that here I can give the client number. Okay, 800 is a idea server. So like if you go to HANA database, if you go to here 400, 500, 600, right? So like different client names, it depends on the client, whatever then might be, they will go with 120, 130, 140, like also they can go, or 0010, 0020. It is not fixed. Okay, I can use anything.
Basically 3-digit numbers will be there.
Yeah, three digits number it is, client number. Okay, so here when you join to the client, they will explain about this. Okay, we have sandbox, we have golden client, we have a technical client, we have unit testing client, and this is the number we are using, this is the number we are using, like they will be explained. Okay.
Okay.
Based on that, you need to be use this one. Okay. Okay, so any doubts here?
No.
Okay, so if you once you perform the changes, okay, if you want to do the testing, what you will do, you will be moving these changes from the golden client to unit testing.
Yes.
So you need to be performed. Okay, that means you need to be manually move the changes. Okay, there is some transactions are there. Okay, so there you can perform this one. Okay. Okay, so this is the internal transfer. It is not system to system transfer. It is internal client to client transfer. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Okay. Now, after completed, suppose the basic level testing is completed. Now you are expecting that the results also good. Then what you can do, you can move these changes to quality system. Okay. So now again, the quality system might be depends on the client. Maybe they can go with a single client, or multiple clients also they can go. Why they need multiple clients? Because maybe after moving the changes, okay, first the consultant will test in the quality system. Okay, then if everything looks good, then they will move to the other client. Then they will inform to the users, okay, this testing is done from my end. Now it is working fine. Please test it from there. That means user also need to be tested from quality system, because maybe I'm doing the different way, the client user is doing in the different way, because their expectation is different, right? They only know about that what they want actually, right? Whether what we did changes, is that expected the results which is coming or not. Okay? That will be looking by the client, right? The users will test in the quality system. Sometimes what will happen, if it is more expensive, they can go with the single client. Okay. So let's say example, it is like 500, which is quality. In case if they have a two system, what will happen? They can go with 500 and 510. Okay. And one is pre-quality, one is the quality. Depends. Okay. So most of the people, they will not go with this one. They can go only single. Okay. Because the maintenance and all, it's too high, right? It is because when the client it is increasing, the performance also will be down, right? Okay. So like if you see that in our laptop, you have the 500 GB. Okay. If you are using in the C drive, all 500 GB, the performance is good. If you partition from the 500 GB to 200 to D drive, E drive, like different drives, if you're done, then the performance will be down in the C drive, because whenever you're downloading the any document from the online, or it will be stored directly in the downloads. That is in the C drive. That means the data will be load in the data load is high in the C drive. So like here also, when the client names are increasing, obviously it is impacting on the performance also, right? So depends on the client how they want to be go ahead, they can go ahead. Okay. So once the changes it is completed in unit testing and they did testing, they will be moved to quality system. Okay. And this is the external transport. Okay. System to system transport. So here basis team will move the changes. What are the changes which we did in the golden thread, that will be moved to the quality system basis team. It's not our role. Okay. But in the unit testing level, if you want to go with the internal transfer, consultant can do. Okay. Consultant will perform. Okay. That means functional consultant.
So in quality system, a functional consultant can check, but the changes, everything will be moved by basis team.
Yeah, the changes, whatever that we did in the changes here, that changes will be moved by basis team. Okay. Okay. So that means if suppose I created one material number, sorry, I created one company code or plant code. Okay. So that code will be stored in the one transport number. There is a TR number, transport request number. Okay. So this transport request number is nothing but like whatever the changes which you are performing in the configuration or development system, that will be stored in the one ID number. Okay. Okay, the container. It's we can say simply container ID number. Okay, transport. So there it will be stored. That changes if you want to move, you can move from here to here by help of the base system. They will be moved the changes. Okay. Okay. So that will be again transport to that will be again a different process. HTMS underscore import. There will be some transaction codes are there. Okay. That will be done by base system. Okay. So it is not necessary, but I'm just saying that. Okay. Here this will be the internal transport within the client to client, right? So that means we can do here directly. Functional consultant can do directly in the by using SCC1. Okay. Okay. So what is the use of this transport? Because we need to be replicate the what changes we did in this system, that will be replicated into the other system. Okay. So after you are moving the changes by using this transport number, the changes will be replicated in the unit testing and quality system. Okay. Okay. So this is the quality. So quality management here, what will be happen? I can check what are the changes which is moved, and sometimes we don't have access. So the user itself they can check. Okay. So the user is validating all the changes. Whether it is working as expected, what are the requirements, that will be happening in the quality management. Okay. So then, if it is everything is good, then they will be moved to production. Okay. If production, let's say assume that 700 is the production. Let's say assume that 700 is the production. Okay, so they can move from the quality to production system. Again, this is also base system because it is a separate system. Okay, when it is separate system, we need basis help. If it is internal client, then it is a functional consultant. Okay. Okay, and here what will happen? Okay, once once the testing completed by user, the accepted that okay, the testing everything is good. Okay, please deploy the changes into production system. Okay, then what we'll do? They will be planning to move the changes to production system. So production system is nothing but like a live system. Okay, so that means the business they are running all the transactions in this system, production system. Until here it is all quality, it is all for testing purpose and all. But this is the live system. So we don't have functional consultant don't have the access. Okay, so it is completely restricted. Some people have the access to check the reports. Okay, and if there is any issue, support issue is there, production support team is there. The production support team will be handle this one. Okay, the functional consultant, if he is working as a support team, he's working under the support team, and he is the production support team, then they have the access. Okay? But that is also restricted. They cannot give all the access. Okay, you cannot create any purchase order, you cannot create any purchase. Until here, you can create whatever you want. Okay, they have the access. Even in the quality, sometimes it will be there, sometimes it won't be there. Okay, most of the people they will give you because they need to be tested, right? The quality system, it is working or not working. Because unit testing, what will be happen? The data is the old data. Unit testing client is the old data, but in the quality system, it might be they will be do every 6 months they will be refreshing. That means whatever the production data is there, they are replicating into the quality system. So because they are doing more scenarios, right? If suppose purchase order is there, here what will be happen? It is old data. I can see only one purchase order number or two purchase order number or 10 purchase order numbers. Maybe I cannot see the free item purchase order. Okay, I cannot see return POs. I cannot see STOs. But in a live system, what will happen? Every day they're running this process, right? Whatever they are running process, like they can do stock transporters, they can do returns, they can do free item goods. Okay, they can do consumables. So all it is live data, right? So that will be replicated in the quality system. But that is again every 6 months they will be performed. Okay. Okay. Now in the production also, what will be happen before some of the clients they want to go with the let's say pre-production. Okay. Suppose they want to go with the pre-production. Why they want to go with the pre-production? Because before going to production, before impacting the production, okay, so they want to be checked that in the pre-production whether the changes is impacting on the live system. Okay, because what will be happen sometimes if it is not there, the data which is not there in the quality system, okay, even be validated, but it is basic level the validation, but maybe there is something which we are missing the scenario, or maybe some code impacting on the system. What will be happen? There might be get the some dump, some maybe the code may be impacting on the existing process. Okay, so what they will do after these changes happen, they will move the changes to pre-production. Okay, in the pre-production, they will check that whether the data which is working or not working properly. Okay, so pre-production is always like a production backup. You can say simply. Okay, production backup is nothing like every 2 days or every 1 week. They will be take a production backup. Okay? So mostly we can say live data. Okay, it's not live data, but it's a actual data. Okay, but if you see that in the quality system, maybe they are running every 6 months, 1 year, they will be take the backup. That means they will be copying the production data to quality system. But in the 710, what will be happen? It is just like every week they will do the backup. So I'll tell you why they're taking backup. Okay, sometimes what will be happen the backup? If suddenly the system happen anything, it's like some server down or maybe crash. Sometimes some cases will be there in the earlier. will be, if it is anything crashes will be happen, the backup, whatever we have taken, the data which is backup, that data will be restored the all the data. Okay.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. That's why they are taking the backup. How it is like, if you simply, okay, I'm using a mobile, I have so many photos, 500 GB, it's like a 32 GB mobile photos are there. Okay. If I didn't take the backup is nothing but like a, if I have connected to my Google Photos, it may be I connected to iCloud Photos. If I connected to my Samsung Photos, like backup account, it is like, okay, if it is not there, what will be happen? Suddenly mobile crash or something which will happen, what will be happen? The entire data will be gone, right? So they will be randomly take the backup of the each and every transaction, each and every maybe weekly or daily. They will be take the backup, and they will be loading into the summary system. So that will be there in the pre-production system. Okay.
Okay.
They will be copied to pre-production, and they will take the backup also.
Mm.
If we have the backup, what will be happen? Tomorrow, if suddenly the production system is not working or crash something, we can immediately restore the backup data.
Okay.
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 Maybe maybe 1 day or 2 days data might be missing, but it's okay because we have too
Not
much
huge.
backup data, right? If everything is lost, that's very difficult, right? So that is a backup data. So in the pre-production, they will check and they will be okay. If it is working, everything will fine, then will be moving to production system. That means they will be performed a transaction, whether it is working or not working, and impacting on the existing process. Okay. So this is what, okay, some of the client, they will not use the production system. They will be directly going the production. Okay. But some people, they will have the pre-production also. Okay. So the same way in the BW system also, they had a development system, quality system, production system. They can also pre-production system. They can also do the same process. Okay. So BW system is majorly for the reporting purpose. Okay. Analytical reporting purpose.
Yes.
So this is our ECC. Okay. ECC component. Even S4HANA also, it's same. Mostly the process will be the same. There is nothing change. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions then?
No, it's good.
Okay. This is the landscape. Okay. Okay, then I think it is to we'll close today. Okay. And we will continue tomorrow. In case if it is not possible tomorrow, we'll connect on the Monday. From Monday onwards, we can regularly we can connect. Okay. So these are the all basic related whatever we discussed. But MM point of view, nothing we started. Okay. So we before that you need to be understand that what is the difference and how it will be working. Okay. Then only you can easily you can easily what facing the interviews tomorrow. Because these are very important, right? Your basic level. Okay. Some technical, if they are thinking that okay, I don't want to be asking MM questions, I want to be asked some general questions, then these questions will be helpful, right?
Yeah.
And here, whatever we are using for learning purpose, SAP provided 800. Okay, 800 is the IDS server that is for the learning purpose. Okay, education purpose. Okay, so in the real time, if you want to, if the client is asking that to build any client, you cannot use the 800. Okay, 800 is reserved for the reservation. Reserved for the learning purpose, education purpose. Okay, that is one thing you need to be point that very important. That okay, what is that? 800 is 800 is it a learning education related. Okay, we cannot use this client in the real time. Okay, any client you cannot use. And one more which is like 000. Okay, this is the 000 which is default configuration. Okay, that means standard default configuration. Okay, if you want to be create any new codes like new client, this is completely basis related. Don't worry about it. But if you want to be create 200, 300, 400, 500, 510, it will be helpful in implementation project. Okay, if they want to be create any new code, new standard pre-settings, then you can use the 000. From the 000, they will copy to client, new client. Okay. So that means they can create a 200, they can create 100, they can create 300, 400 by copying from the existing standard client. 000. Okay. So 000 we should not use, 800 we should not use. Those are these two are the standard SAP provided. Okay. Okay, then I think we will continue tomorrow or maybe Monday. Okay, because tomorrow I need to be rest. Maybe I have to be other activities. I'm going to the city, so maybe we'll connect on Monday. Okay. So whatever we discuss as of now, just prepare the notes. Okay. What you understand, just point to point, you just note down. Okay. So this this data will not come. You cannot get anywhere from outside.
Yes.
It's all coming from the real time only. Okay. Who are performing that? So just to note down the point by point whatever we discussed.
Yes.
Okay. And prepare that some notes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So after that, we'll come back to that some SAP, why SAP is required. We said, right, why we are majorly looking into SAP, why we are suggesting to customer, because they can increase the revenue. Because when people, instead of we are recruiting the people, if you are using software, okay, the time also you are saving, and customer also will not be delay on the deliveries, and customer also get a good customer client also get the good customers and feedback, customer satisfaction. All these things will be coming that we will get a revenue will be increased. Okay? So that's what here example. Okay, if you can see in the top, SAP ERP is a centralized system. This is the opposite of being decentralized. So as we discussed, centralized, decentralized, right? You understand, right? What is the difference? Centralized, yeah. So having centralized system means all the department within your company will be able to access the each other data quickly.
Yes.
That is what, right? If I am the PP consultant production, I can see the stock from the procurement side, what it is raised. If I have the access, I can see P2P related, procurement related, I can see, and sales also I can see, right? The same way. Okay. So centrally it is nothing but like everyone can see the data if you have the access. Then the examples, it is like increased revenue and good customer satisfaction. Obviously, right? When we are provided a good service to the customer, obviously the customer is satisfied, and they will get more orders. And obviously the revenue will be increased. Okay. And here we can see data duplication is avoided, accurate data in the made. So if suppose uh, there are so many orders are there, 20,000 orders are there, 30,000 orders are there. Okay, so it's very difficult to track, right? It's very difficult to track each and everything, whether I already dispatched the customer's orders. So, okay, because if I just need to be maintaining the book, it's very difficult. So if I have the software, the system itself does such that, okay, this customer delivery is completed. So don't worry about this customer delivery. It is already dispatched. So if it is we don't have proper software, what will be happen? I might be missing that. I might be missing that. So I cannot get the maybe the customer will be escalating that. Okay, I didn't get my order, right? So the sales team would then update the centralized system so that all the department remain informed about the products. That means, okay, the sales team, they can put the order and everyone can see, okay, this is the order we have. Like how it is like if you go to Domino's, okay, there is a bill it is there, bill counter. Okay, there if you order the pizza, okay, immediately that information will go to the manufacturing team. Inside the who are the preparing the pizzas, they will get this order.
Yes.
Okay. If he didn't get that information, what will be happen? Okay, every time he has to go and he has to submit that. Okay, I got one pizza order, I got two pizza orders. So when there is a cloud, if it is like 10 to 20 customers which is waiting, okay, every time if I just go back and submit this one, very difficult, right? So if it is centralized system, what will happen? The other people also they can see easily. who are preparing the food item, they also can see simply. So that is a centralized system, right? So obviously it is like a reduced labor cost, where we discussed about that, okay? Because I can do bidding, I can find that who are supplying very less cost. Okay, all it is stored in my system. So tomorrow I can see that, okay, this vendor is a very good vendor. After evaluating the vendor, okay, he's a good performer. Okay. Okay. Then vendors can directly submit the invoices. There is a vendor invoice management system is there. Okay. If they have a VM server, they can directly submit the invoices directly to my system. That means what I said interfaces, right? So if they have the non-SAP system, SAP system, they can submit the invoice into my system, and immediately that will be processed. And if everything looks good, then will be paid amount to the vendor. So that is very easy. Okay, so that is what this is why we need to use the SAP. Okay, then I think it's a very lengthy class. I think, right? We also need to get the time. Okay.